Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. Any incorporeal supernatural being that can become visible, or audible, to human beings. Infuse with spirit. The company spirited him up. Animation and energy in action or expression. The state of a person's emotions, especially with regard to pleasure or dejection. He was in good spirits. An inclination or tendency of a certain kind. The intended meaning of a communication. A fundamental emotional and activating principle determining one's character. The vital principle or animating force within living things. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. The feel of the city excited him. Examine by touch. Come to believe on the basis of emotion, intuitions, or indefinite grounds. I feel that he doesn't like me. Perceive by a physical sensation, e.g., coming from the skin or muscles. Examine a body part by palpation. A property perceived by touch. Undergo an emotional sensation or be in a particular state of mind. An intuitive awareness. He has a feel for animals. Be conscious of a physical, mental, or emotional state. My cold is gone, I feel fine today. Be felt or perceived in a certain way. The ground feels shaky. Find by testing or cautious exploration. Grope or feel in search of something. Have a feeling or perception about oneself in reaction to someone's behavior or attitude. You make me feel naked. Manual stimulation of the genital area for sexual pleasure. The girls hated it when he tried to sneak a feel. Pass one's hands over the sexual organs of. Produce a certain impression. It feels nice to be home again. Undergo passive experience of. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. An intuitive understanding of something. He had a great feeling for music. A vague idea in which some confidence is placed. What are your feelings about the crisis? The sensation produced by pressure receptors in the skin. The surface had a greasy feeling. A physical sensation that you experience. He had a queasy feeling. The experiencing of affective and emotional states. She had a feeling of euphoria. Physics, the 6 kinds of quarks. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. The taste experience when a savory condiment is taken into the mouth. Lend flavor to. Physics, the 6 kinds of quarks. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. The taste experience when a savory condiment is taken into the mouth. Lend flavor to. Take charge of or deal with. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. Have faith or confidence in. Give a certain impression or have a certain outward aspect. This project looks fishy. Look forward to the probable occurrence of. She is looking to a promotion. The feelings expressed on a person's face. A look of triumph. Be oriented in a certain direction, often with respect to another reference point, be opposite to. The house looks north. Search or seek. We looked all day and finally found the child in the forest. The act of directing the eyes toward something and perceiving it visually. He went out to have a look. Accord in appearance with. You don't look your age. Convey by one's expression. She looked her devotion to me. Have a certain outward or facial expression. How does she look? Perceive with attention. Direct one's gaze towards. She looked over the expanse of land. Physical appearance. I don't like the looks of this place. Any property detected by the olfactory system. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. It had the smell of treason. The faculty that enables us to distinguish scents. The act of perceiving the odor of something. Have an element suggestive of something. This passage smells of plagiarism. The sensation that results when olfactory receptors in the nose are stimulated by particular chemicals in gaseous form. She loved the smell of roses. Become aware of not through the senses but instinctively. I smell trouble. Emit an odor. The soup smells good. Inhale the odor of. Perceive by the olfactory sense. Smell bad. He rarely washes, and he smells. A quality of a given color that differs slightly from another color. The elastic tension of living muscles, arteries, etc. that facilitate response to stimuli. The general atmosphere of a place or situation and the effect that it has on people. A clergyman improved the tone of the meeting. A notation representing the pitch and duration of a musical sound. Give a healthy elasticity to. Let's tone our muscles. Music. The distinctive property of a complex sound, a voice or noise or musical sound. The muffled tones of the broken bell summoned them to meet. A musical interval of two semitones. The quality of a person's voice. He began in a conversational tone. Vary the pitch of one's speech. Utter monotonously and repetitively and rhythmically. A steady sound without overtones. They tested his hearing with pure tones of different frequencies. Change the color or tone of. Tone a negative. Change to a color image. Tone a photographic image. Linguistics. A pitch or change in pitch of the voice that serves to distinguish words in tonal languages. The Beijing dialect uses 4 tones. The quality of something, an act or a piece of writing, that reveals the attitudes and presuppositions of the author. The general tone of articles appearing in the newspapers is that the government should withdraw. Any incorporeal supernatural being that can become visible, or audible, to human beings. Infuse with spirit. Infuse with spirit. The experience of being alive, the course of human events and activities. He could no longer cope with the complexities of life. The condition of living or the state of being alive. While there's life, there's hope. An account of the series of events making up a person's life. The period during which something is functional, as between birth and death. The battery had a short life. Animation and energy in action or expression. It was a heavy play and the actors tried in vain to give life to it. A prison term lasting as long as the prisoner lives. He got life for killing the guard. A characteristic state or mode of living. Social life. A living person. His heroism saved a life. A motive for living. Pottery was his life. Living things collectively. The oceans are teeming with life. The course of existence of an individual. The actions and events that occur in living. He hoped for a new life in Australia. The organic phenomenon that distinguishes living organisms from non-living ones. There is no life on the moon. The period between birth and the present time. I have known him all his life. The period from the present until death. He appointed himself emperor for life. General activity and motion. Animation and energy in action or expression. Animation and energy in action or expression. The state of a person's emotions, especially with regard to pleasure or dejection. His emotional state depended on her opinion. The hollow muscular organ located behind the sternum and between the lungs. Its rhythmic contractions move the blood through the body. He stood still, his heart thumping wildly. The courage to carry on. You haven't got the heart for baseball. An area that is approximately central within some larger region. They ran forward into the heart of the struggle. The choicest or most essential or most vital part of some idea or experience. The heart and soul of the Republican Party. The locus of feelings and intuitions. In your heart you know it is true. A positive feeling of liking. The child won everyone's heart. An inclination or tendency of a certain kind. He had a change of heart. A firm rather dry variety meat, usually beef or veal. A 5-pound beef heart will serve 6. A plain figure with rounded sides curving inward at the top and intersecting at the bottom, conventionally used on playing cards and valentines. He drew a heart and called it a valentine. A playing card in the major suit that has one or more red hearts on it. He led the Queen of Hearts. Giving or marked by complete attention to. So intent on this fantastic narrative that she hardly stirred. An anticipated outcome that is intended or that guides your planned actions. His intent was to provide a new translation. The intended meaning of a communication. The pervading meaning or tenor. The intended meaning of a communication. Propose or intend. Have the often specious appearance of being, intending, or claiming. The letter purports to express people's opinion. The atmosphere of an environment. A particular environment or surrounding influence. The atmosphere of an environment. A particular environment or surrounding influence. A particular environment or surrounding influence. There was an atmosphere of excitement. The mass of air surrounding the Earth. There was great heat as the comet entered the atmosphere. The weather or climate at some place. The atmosphere was thick with fog. A distinctive but intangible quality surrounding a person or thing. An atmosphere of defeat pervaded the candidate's headquarters. A unit of pressure. The pressure that will support a column of mercury 760 mm high at sea level and 0 degrees centigrade. The envelope of gases surrounding any celestial body. An incorporeal being believed to have powers to affect the course of human events. An incorporeal being believed to have powers to affect the course of human events. Give lifelike qualities to. Animated cartoons. Heighten or intensify. Make lively. Give new life or energy to. Endowed with feeling and unstructured consciousness. Belonging to the class of nouns that denote living beings. The word dog is animate. Endowed with animal life as distinguished from plant life. We are animate beings. Impart vigor, strength, or vitality to. Heighten or intensify. Make lively. Give life or energy to. The cold water invigorated him. Make lively. Let's liven up this room a bit. Heighten or intensify. Make lively. Make lively. Let's liven up this room a bit. Quality of being active or spirited or alive and vigorous. Quality of being active or spirited or alive and vigorous. Quality of being active or spirited or alive and vigorous. The activity of giving vitality and vigor to something.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.